True Serum segment tonight, another outrageous situation concerning the Hillary Clinton campaign. It never ends. This man, Peter Kadzik, top official at the Justice Department. Hackers exposing Clinton campaign chief John Podesta's email, that's the WikiLeaks deal, put out this missive from Kadzik to Podesta, quote, "There is a House Judiciary Committee oversight hearing today where the head of our civil division will testify, likely to get questions on State Department emails. Another filing in the FOIA case went in last night, or will go in this AM, that indicates it'll be a while before the State Department posts the emails," unquote. This Kadzik is leaking to Podesta, and he's still working at the State Department. What is going on? I'm angry about this. With us now, our True Serum correspondents, Eric Shawn and Shannon Bream. So I am annoyed that this man, Kadzik, is still working there after he has no right to do this. He emails Podesta, tipping him on what's going to happen in the Judiciary Committee hearing. You've been in Washington a long time. Do you ever hear anything?
You know, just the fact that the subject line of the email said "heads up" should give people pause about why would you be giving someone heads up inside the Clinton campaign when you're working in the Justice Department?
Yeah, you're supposed to be seeking the truth, not giving somebody under investigation a heads up on it. But he's still working there.
He is.
He hasn't been disciplined as far as we know, has he?
No. He's still very much involved. And he and Podesta go way back. We talked about how they were Georgetown Law School roommates.
Yeah, they're pals.
Yeah, I mean, they were good friends. They were classmates. But there are emails that have shown that they've had dinner together the day after she testified about Benghazi on the Hill. They were at a dinner together. So there is a lot of overlap. When Podesta was in the White House and he got caught up in accused of making false statements about the Monica Lewinsky scandal, Kadzik represented him. Kadzik also
Kadzik wasn't in the Justice Department. Then he was a private attorney.
He was a private attorney.
So Kadzik worked for Podesta to try to get him off on another beef. What does Kadzik do in the Justice Department now? How high up is he?
Well, he works as an assistant attorney general, and he's sort of a liaison between Congress and the DOJ. Now, there's been a request by Republican lawmakers at one point asking them to appoint special counsel in this Hillary Clinton email situation, and that's something that Kadzik turned down. So there is, although
he had the authority to turn down a special counsel that was requested?
He told Republican lawmakers
So he's
no.
a big shot, this guy Kadzik.
Yeah.
So Loretta Lynch, what does she say, the Attorney General? She should have suspended this guy right off the bat, right?
He's very close, listen, to the Clintons. You know that because there's also this connection with Mark Rich, because Kadzik was lobbying Podesta when he was White House Chief of Staff and working directly.
And Kadzik was a private attorney to get this weasel off, which he did, and that's what Sean's going to do in a minute. So bottom line, let's recap. Kadzik still working at the State Department, despite violating every ethical tenet you could possibly violate by tipping off Podesta to this hearing and what was going to happen. And he just sings a song, and the Attorney General, who now is on our not good list, just lets it go. This is called corruption. That's what this is called. All right. Thank you, Shannon. Now let's get over to you, Sean. In 2001, you interviewed President Clinton about this seedy, sleazy Mark Rich pardon, correct?
I did.
Roll the tape.
Mr. President, did you hand out the pardons as favors to political supporters?
Absolutely not.
And what do you think of the perception that the pardon to Mark Rich was a payoff to Denise?
Well, there's no evidence of it. It's just something that's been charged.
All right, so now the Mark Rich pardon back in the news. Why?
Because there's a website or a Twitter site that the FBI has called the FBI Records Vault. It's been dead, totally dormant for more than a year, since last October 8th, 2015. And on Sunday night, it suddenly comes to life. Kicks out an old tax case about Fred Trump, Donald's father, and also kicks out this. These are the FBI files that it has, heavily redacted, about the Mark Rich
and why he got a pardon. Now, Mark Rich, when you said Denise, that's his wife, who gave millions of dollars to the DNC, right?
Yeah, Denise Rich was his ex-wife, well-known New York socialite, lived on Fifth Avenue, a songwriter. She donated $1 million to Democratic causes, including Hillary's 2000 campaign.
And money to his library, right?
$450,000.
To the Clinton Library.
To the Clinton Foundation, which was then going to build the library.
All right, and then after she donated almost $1.5 million, suddenly her ex-husband, living in Switzerland, all right, he couldn't come back here, would have been arrested, gets a magical pardon. He's the worst tax cheat in U.S. history.
$48 million worth.
And that was after Denise gave the money to the Clinton Library and the DNC.
Yeah, he was pardoned on the last day that the president was in office at the time. No charges. It was closed in 2005. You know who the prosecutor at one point was? James Comey.
James Comey was supposed to prosecute, but didn't prosecute because no charges were brought in the case.
He oversaw it earlier in the late 80s. By the time the charges weren't.
I mean, your head blows off. You know, I feel sorry for you guys watching the program because it's just one corrupt thing after the other. They are allegations, but the evidence is so overwhelming. You're seeing emails, you're seeing, you know, quid pro quos all over the place. All right, we appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.